Study. Eggs are nearly as bad for your arteries as cigarettes. This article, even though it was written in 2012, was being spread on a few WhatsApp message group chats. Some people, when they see this article, are going to think, oh no, I should stop eating eggs. However, if you open the article written by The Atlantic, a very famous news source, a lot of people read The Atlantic. And you would think because The Atlantic is so famous, you can trust whatever it says. However, just because it was written online and sent to you by a friend or family, that doesn't necessarily mean it's always correct. If we look into the actual article by The Atlantic, then we could see exactly what does this article say. So this article, they talk about how people who eat eggs, their blood flow might be obstructed and eggs can actually hurt your health. But if you click on the source of the study, the original study done by the researchers in the original journal, it clearly states that eggs are not bad for your health unless you already have some type of cardiovascular disease. The study makes it very clear that eggs are not bad for your arteries and they're not as bad as cigarettes. However, you might want to avoid eggs if you already have some type of cardiovascular disorder. So it's important to note that just because you see something written in an article, or just because someone sends you a WhatsApp forward, or it doesn't have to be WhatsApp, it could be Facebook, Instagram, a lot of these sources are either inaccurate or they're just straight up incorrect. Well, then the question is, how do you know what health information you should follow? What health information is correct? Well, I would look to find sources online that come from institutions or come from organizations or come from places that are trustworthy or that not necessarily trustworthy, but are affiliated or have some health institution backed up by it. Whether you look at the website of a hospital, whether you look at the website of a college, a university, just because it might be in a YouTube video, just because you see it online, just because you see it on CNN, MSNBC, Fox, Huffington Post, Washington Post, doesn't necessarily mean that it's correct. I would look at clinics, hospitals, universities, journals, look at health, look at organizations that you know that you can trust, like the Mayo Clinic, Harvard Health, and make sure that you do not necessarily believe in some of this false information, because eggs can be very helpful. And sometimes, let's say in the coronavirus pandemic, sometimes some information can be completely inaccurate. And when you act on it, you're going to get bad results. So it's important to make sure that you're always following sources that come from a health background, like a hospital. Some resources that BPSHI provides, if you're not familiar with BPSHI, the Bhagat Pooran Singh Health Initiative, is a student group at UC Berkeley where we try our best to look at these hospitals, look at credited journals and research, and we try to do our own analysis as undergraduate students to provide the Sangat with resources specifically to help them out, like this video itself. Some resources to look out for: a recipe book where we talk about Punjabi dishes that you can make that are healthy. The Roj Desar calendar, where we break up different exercises I can do on different days. The diabetes pamphlet, where we condense information on this video series into a pamphlet. Telehealth clinics, where you can consult doctors for free over the phone or virtually, follow up with nurses, and more. So if you're interested in these resources, email us at ucberkeley@bpshi.com and we will hit you up. All these resources are in Punjabi and they're very accessible to the general Sangat. And although the resources that we're providing aren't necessarily affiliated with any accredited hospital or institution, we try to fact check. However, no guarantee that everything is 100% correct. There's no expert opinion on these. So you can always use this information and do more research yourself, or use this information and fact check some of this stuff. So here's some images of the recipe book right over here. The Roj Disar, how to do some of these activities, the diabetes pamphlet, and also the American Diabetes Association. We're not sponsored, but they're a great association. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share it to all your friends.